Gideon, the warrior of 300, have you ever felt like you were unstrong enough or had what it takes to do what God called you to do? Well, in today's story, we meet a man named Gideon who felt the same way. But despite his doubts, he became a great warrior and leader. So let's dive into the story. Once upon a time, a group of people called the Midianites oppressed Israel for 7 long years. They destroyed Israel's crops and livestock, forcing the Israelites to hide in caves and mountains. It seemed like Israel would never be free from the Midianites' oppression. But one day, an angel of the Lord appeared to a man named Gideon, who was the son of Joash from the Israelite clan of Manasseh. Gideon was in Ophrah, which was in the mountains of Ephraim, threshing wheat in secret. Threshing wheat is a process of beating the grain to remove the chaff. It's usually done by trampling on the grain with a large animal like an ox. But Gideon was doing it in secret because the Midianites had made it dangerous for the Israelites to harvest their crops. And as Gideon was threshing wheat, he heard the angel of the Lord say to him, "The Lord is with you, mighty man of valor." But Gideon didn't believe he was a hero. In fact, he thought of himself as the least of his clan, and his family was the smallest of all the families of Manasseh. So Gideon asked God for a sign. Then Gideon said to God, "If you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said." 37 Behold, I am laying a fleece of wool on the threshing floor. If there is dew on the fleece alone, and it is dry on all the ground, then I shall know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said. And God did just as he had promised. When Gideon woke up, the fleece was covered with dew, and the ground was dry. Then God told Gideon to destroy his father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole that was in his father's courtyard. Gideon obeyed, but he did it at night. He was afraid to do it during the day, because his father and the people of the town would surely kill him. After that, Gideon rallied the Israelites and told them to fight against the Midianites. But God said the army Gideon had gathered was too big, so over 3 days, God reduced the number of Gideon's army. First, he told Gideon to send home anyone who was afraid. Then he said that those who were left were still too many. So he sent 22,000 men home. Only 300 soldiers remained. Gideon took all of the 32,000 men to the river, and only 300 soldiers drank water by hands. The rest drank water like dogs. Then God told Gideon to give everyone a clay jar and some torches, and to keep some trumpets. This was very confusing to Gideon, because usually warriors carried swords and shields, not clay jars and torches. That night, Gideon and his men surrounded the Midianite camp. Then Gideon blew a trumpet and shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." The other men blew their trumpets and broke their jars. They lifted their torches high and shouted the same thing. The Midianites were confused and terrified. They thought it was the God of Israel who was attacking them in the middle of the night. So they turned on each other and killed themselves. Some ran away, but Gideon and his 300 men chased them and killed them, too. In the end, Israel won the battle without a single direct fight. Can you imagine how surprised and happy the Israelites were when they saw what Gideon and his 300 soldiers had done? After this great victory, Gideon became a judge of Israel for 40 years. He brought peace to the land and became a hero of Israel. His story reminds us that sometimes God uses the weakest people to defeat the strongest enemies. And that's the story of Gideon, the warrior of 300. Do you think you'd be brave enough to fight in Gideon's army? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more Bible adventures. Until next time, may God bless you and keep you. Remember, you are strong, you are powerful, and God loves you very much.